Welcome back to the iRacing British Touring Car Championship here on BSR TV. This is round 2 from Brands Hatch Indy with me, Chris Cohen, and with Clyde Whiting as well. Welcome back, Clyde.
Evening again, Chris. Evening, everybody.
And the cars are now just warming up. They've got about 10 minutes to get these cars out on track and make sure they're good to go. Interesting first race. Never expected to see Adam Terry taking that one, but all credit to him. He did a fantastic job at the front.
He did. He had a hell of a race. Like I say, he led pretty much start to finish. He was under a lot of pressure from Richard Wild. He was banged and bashed, and he held on, and he took the 60 points for the win.
But the big news there is that we didn't see Chepolevsky. He qualified on pole and then didn't start the race.
Yeah, I grabbed a word with Stellion between these races, and it was a bit of a foobar on his... what he did is he disconnected from the session, thinking that the race was in a different session.
Oh no, wow, terrible. That was a big mistake on his part, but hopefully it won't cost him too dearly, because, well, he'll have to start at the back from this one, I suppose. But interesting to see how far up this field he can make it.
He's certainly fired up for this race, and as I said to him, you know, it's a long, long season, so all is not lost.
30 races make up the iRacing British Touring Car Championship season. This is race 2, and lots more to come as well. One race every week with a couple of off weeks, sorry, 3 races every week with a couple of off weeks, and some good tracks in the lineup like Silverstone. We've got Alton Park in there. We've got Mosport for the first time, Clyde. That would be interesting.
Yeah, bit of a strange track choice that. It's not an easy track to get to grips with. Obviously, a lot of these guys are used to racing on the British tracks, but it's good to have different tracks in the series.
Speaking of British tracks, we will have Donington hopefully before too long on the iRacing service, so there's another one that we can add to the list of the British tracks that are available to us.
Yeah, it's being built. Trouble is, we've heard that many a times about lots of things and not got them for a while, but you never know, they might get their fingers out this time.
Well, the more circuits that arrive in iRacing that match up with the actual real-life British Touring Car series, all the better, I suppose, but the likes of Knockhill and Croft and things like that are quite a long way off, I'd imagine.
I would have thought so, yes. Obviously, it would also be nice to get an actual car from the BTCC racing. But in the meantime, we soldier on with the Kia, and it's done us proud so far.
It has indeed. 380 brake horsepower, 2-litre turbo. Pretty much the NG CT spec car, but some slight differences. We were due to get the Civic, I believe, but I'm not sure that's going to arrive on iRacing anytime soon. There's murmurs of a BMW as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. If you follow the Twitter feeds and Facebook, there's a hell of a lot of things in build. But it's obviously with iRacing, they don't tend to release things until they're 100% happy with it, which I personally like, some people don't like.
Cats is the fastest in the practice at the moment. That could change, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but grid order will be as of the results from the first race, I believe.
Yeah, it should be.
Which means Adam Terry ought to be heading off from pole this time round. We saw a good performance from the CQR guys. Russell Laidler and Craig Burleson doing very well in that last race.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I tried to get a word with Ashley but couldn't find him. Just wanted to know what happened to him, because he was one person I expected to have a charge through the field, but he just seems to be struggling on this track, although he's now posted the 3rd fastest practice time.
He has indeed, and Laura Bond posting the 4th fastest practice time, so that's impressive in itself. She finished in the 20s in the first race, which, you know, is no mean feat because it's such a tough grid, it really is. But she could be cutting her way through the field as well. Aidan Walsingham in his first outing in the touring cars. Did pretty well, almost made the top 10. Not sure what happened at the end of the race though. We saw him drop a lot of positions at the end.
Yeah, not really sure. Going back to Laura's a very, very steady driver. She's my new teammate in the Sunday series that we do. The only trouble that Laura has is she's too nice. Sometimes she needs to be a little bit more aggressive to either hold a position or gain a position.
We certainly saw some aggression from some drivers in that last race. An interesting incident between a Speedworks car, KX Momentum, and last season's champion in the eBay Motors. Saw two of those cars spin out, and the culprit survived.
Yeah, I've watched that a couple of times now. Obviously, the Speedworks car starts everything off. You had Andreas Katz spinning off to the right. You had another car spinning off to the left. And the Speedworks car that started it all off just sailed through the middle. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, if you're after more racing here on BSR TV, you want to check out the Monday series, the iRacing Skip Barber series, which will be back for a new season next Monday, and hopefully a lot of those top drivers will be back out on the field. That's some open wheel racing for you from about 8:30 UK time. And the Carrera Cup, which did not make its debut yesterday, Wednesday, will hopefully be back next Wednesday, early February there, for the first outing. The last attempt at the Carrera Cup was hampered by some iRacing technical problems, so we weren't able to bring you that one. But the good news is that no racing has been cancelled, it's just been postponed, so the Brands Hatch round will just happen a little bit later in the season. And again, a lot of top competitors in that series, Clyde. A lot of tough grids.
Yeah, including me. I was actually picked for our team for last night's race and was absolutely gutted when it didn't take place, but never mind.
Well, hopefully you get another chance throughout the season. That's team championship as well in the Carrera Cup, a lot like the British touring cars, so the team with the most points at the end of the season will take home the prize.
Yeah, and it's pretty good how most teams are running in it as well, because most teams have got more than 5 drivers interested. I know the team that I'm running for, we're just swapping the drivers around every week and everybody gets a fair crack. So yeah, good giggle that'll be.
That's the Carrera Cup on BSR TV and the Skip Barber series as well. It's Wednesdays and Mondays. Right now it's a Thursday, which means it's time for round 2 of the British Touring Car Championship from Brands Hatch, Indy. Just waiting for these cars to make their way down to the grid now. Hopefully we'll see Chepolewski make his way to the grid. He doesn't have the most stable internet connection, so sometimes he has some issues. But as we heard from Clyde, it was down to accidentally leaving the session this time round.
Yeah, we'll call that user error.
Well, can Terry hold on for a second win?
Well, if it's anything like the first race, he's got every chance of doing it.
Richard Wild lines up second on the grid, the blue and white Welch Motorsport on the right hand side. Stefan Hoog is Adam Terry's teammate just behind him in pole position there. The lights go on. Round 2 of the iRacing British Touring Car Championship is about to get underway as we've got green. Adam Terry will lead the field away. So look at all those cars in the background as they all make their way down to Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Hoog's actually inside Richard Wild now, so what's going to happen in the first corner? Wild takes it very wide indeed, hits the gravel. Terry is still in the lead, and they're going to go 2-3 wide down into Druids for the first time.
Yeah, it looks like everybody made it through.
Just about. A little bit of door banging, but oh, we got one of the E-bases off. Oh, a huge crash, absolutely massive. That's Dan Hunt rolling over, and oh dear, that's terrible. There's a huge, big backlog of cars trying to get through there, and well, that all went horribly wrong, Clyde.
Yeah, I'll skip back through the replay and try and find out what happened there.
So it's one of the Movie Go cars has got into the back of Dan Hunt, takes him off into the barriers, and then spins back across the track. That's one of the Welch Motorsports making contact. The Oasa's off there as well, and oh look, it's raining Kia Optimas down on the track there, and some cars managing to get through. others not so much, and that's not the start we wanted to round 2, especially after such a clean round 1 as well, which is a bit of a shame. Terry, though, holds on to that lead. Dan Hunt will be fuming with that, I think.
Yeah, that's took about 6 cars out of the race by the looks of it.
And Stephen Hodges rather was involved in that one. Reggie Blaine involved as well. A number of cars taken out. I believe that was Ander Diaz who was taken sideways in the Yuasa machine. Wow, okay. Not the best first lap, and Robert Fagg sticking his nose out, having a look to see if he can find a way around to Craig Burleson. But Richard Wilde is down to 6th, so in all that we didn't see what happened to Richard Wilde. He's under attack from Adrian Holm now. Tries to go around the outside at Druids. What happened to Richard Wilde, Clyde?
Let me have a look at that one for you.
So Terry and Hoog, the 2 Bianco cars, who finished 1st and 3rd in the first race, now have a 1-2. This could be the dream season start for the Bianco team. Don't forget, these teams are ranked by seed points, which means that you can't have a whole team of fast drivers. There's got to be some slower drivers and some faster drivers in each team, forcing you to work together rather than having any kind of dream team. Very interested to see if Bianco can make an early lead here. Cat's currently in 9th with a bit of a traffic jam in front of him. That's Martin Johnson just up in front in the CQR machine. So they make their way down into Druids for the 4th time. He's got Ellis Stevens just behind him as well. So, and we're off. Home is off. He's spinning onto the track. He's got it under control. But what happened to Adrian Holm there? Let's see if we can go back and have another look at that one on the replays. He is side by side with Richard Wilde coming out of Druids, and Wilde just carries straight on. Doesn't give Holm any room. Holm is off into the barriers. And
yeah, the lap.
End of Holmes. Well, he missed the barriers.
The lap before, Richard Wilde went from 2nd to 7th, just getting mugged over the start-finish straight.
Wow, I wonder if we can have another look at that from Richard Wilde's point of view. Possibly. See what we can do here. So Richard Wilde was in a battle with Adrian Holm there, and goes wide at Druids. Holm comes through on the inside, and wow, yeah, there wasn't an awful lot of room for either driver. So that's what it looked like from Richard Wilde's point of view. He's now running in the 6th position, but Holm's going to be feeling a bit hard done by there, Clyde. Down to 21st.
Yeah, that was one of them incidents where somebody had to give and nobody did.
Indeed. Hoog is still 2nd, Terry is still 1st, and they have a 2.4 second advantage over 3rd place man Craig Burleson. Robert Fagg is just behind, and Simon Field is on the charge. Simon Field is right behind Robert Fagg there in the 888 machine, the black new team this year. If anyone can get past Robert Fagg, this is one of the chaps who's going to be able to do it, I feel. Linus Brostrom is up to 13th place in the Move It Go machine. He's doing well. His teammate is just behind this back marker, in fact. So Nick McCarron 18th, Walsingham 19th, Chepalewski meanwhile has made his way up to 20th place, having started from the back of the grid. Good performance from him as he makes a move round the outside. Not going to make that one stick. Maybe he'll have another go back into Druids, taking the inside line, looking at the back of Walsingham's Rockstar car. That's the grey car just up in front of him. Chepalewski, almost last season's champion, don't forget. But he's got the very fast Adrian Holm now behind him as well, who is going to be on the rampage after being taken out like that.
Yep, certainly is. And Ander Diaz is out, caught up in that big crash.
Yes, so Diaz not having the best luck in round 2. Chepalewski, though, needs to make some progress here up in the field as quickly as possible if he wants to stand any chance of doing well in the 3rd race. but Walsingham's not going to be the easiest person to pass. He knows all the right defensive lines here. He's also got Nick McCarron just up in front of him. Walsingham going very defensive as he, well, he snuck his way past. And Home is past Chepalewski as well. So Chepalewski loses out there.
It's one of those tracks that it's easy to make your car wide, but one little slip up and that's it.
Well, Aidan Walsingham, he must have overtaken about 3 cars there. Let's go and have another look at that from Walsingham's point of view on the last lap there. So he has Nick McCarron. Oh, I see. Okay, Nick McCarron goes very wide into Paddock Hill Bend. Walsingham makes the pass, and then Adrian Home just sneaks past Stelian Chepalewski. A little bit of contact there from those guys, but oh, and down the inside, that's Home. Gets past Nick McCarron. Another position made back up for Adrian Home there. Burleson, meanwhile, has dropped down to 5th position from 3rd. So a little bit of problem for Craig Burleson there, Clyde.
Yeah, didn't actually see what happened, but the front 2 are pulling away, and then you've got 3rd, 4th and 5th that are just swapping positions all the time. Although the front 2, it's not going to be very long before they start picking up back markers. That could make it interesting.
Simon Field down the inside of Druids takes the 3rd position from Robert Fagg, and Burleson is in 5th. Katz has made his way back up to 6th as he goes side by side with Richard Wilde. Round 2 wide through Graham Hill, and Katz holds the line on the outside. Impressive drive there. Richard Wilde's now under threat from Martin Johnson just behind as well. Ellis Stevens behind him. Well, Katz is making a good recovery here after being taken out in the first race.
Yeah, he certainly is, and Richard Wilde doesn't seem to be as quick as he was in the first race.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Just that slight loss of confidence, knowing that the other cars can in fact pass you. Once one slips by, it's easy to let the others through as well. Oh, and Fagg's down the inside at Druid, so he's taking the 3rd position back, has he? No! He's spun off! Oh, and he's been collected by Burleson. Oh, and there's a big tailback there.
Oh, there's another biggie.
Martin Johnson's involved in that as well. And wow. Well, so well, Burleson is all over the track there. Let's see if we can go back and take another look at that one on the replay then.
Yeah, 2 of the CQR team in that.
We'll go on board here with Craig Burleson, and in actual fact it looked like Fagg spun it on his own. I don't think there was any contact there with Field. Maybe there was, I'm not sure. And Fagg's car then moves backwards across the track, and Craig Burleson has nowhere to go. He's got a face full of Speedworks car, and then big collision behind, and all the other cars get involved in that. Burleson, the big loser there, unfortunately. Fagg, even though he was sideways, is still going, and he's in 6th place. So was there any contact there between Field and Fagg?
I didn't see anything untoward there myself, and I think once Burleson had spun in front of Simon Field, there was nothing he could do apart from push him out of the way.
Fagg spun in front of Field, but I know what you mean. Absolutely. So Katz is now up to 4th position behind Simon Field. But Field's very sideways through. Wow, what a save from Simon Field. Manages to hold on to it. Look at that through Paddock Hill Bend. So he gets that car very sideways.
The leaders are now up to the back markers.
So into traffic, even though they have a 6-second advantage now with 3 laps to go. Adam Terrier is going to have to make his way round that CQR machine in front of him. Hoog is just picking up the slack as well. I don't think Hoog will be going for the win here. These two are quite capable of working together for the win. Hoog 2nd. Simon Field 3rd. Richard Wilde back up to 5th now due to all of that melee, so he must have been able to keep out of the way of that one.
Yeah, it looks like Andreas Katz is going to have a real go at Simon Field as well.
Well, Simon Field's got his mirrors full of last season's champion. Needs to watch out at Paddock Hill. We saw what happened last time, but through there cleanly this time. Katz has got 3 laps to get round that 888 machine. Has a little look down the inside, and it's not going to happen there. It wasn't close enough, and they're now backing it up, so Richard Wilde might well be in with a shout as well. What do you think, Clyde?
Yeah, possibly. You say Richard seemed to lose a little bit of confidence, but maybe he's getting his foot down, he's got his head together, and he's going for it again.
So Katz is quick, but the question is he quick enough to get past 4th place finisher last season, Simon Field? And in the results last season, Richard Wilde actually outscored Simon Field by 1 single point to take 3rd place in the championship. So these... Oh, and there's a CQR machine off on the inside of the grass there. So these three guys finished 1st, 3rd and 4th in the championship. So this is right at the top level of competition. No one seemed to be able to break the deadlock here at the moment. Stelian Chapalevsky, though, it's made contact with that Speedworks car, and well, they keep going. Chapalevsky through into 14th place. Walsingham is still ahead of him in 13th.
Leaders are on the final lap.
Once more round then for a pole to flag for Adam Terry, and it was effectively a pole to flag last time, wasn't it? Because Chapalevsky never started on pole.
No, that's right. And obviously, with Adam winning 2 races in one meeting, we're not going to mention the thing that we're not allowed to mention that nobody's done before.
What's that?
Can't mention it.
So nobody has ever won 3 races in one meeting.
No, you mentioned it.
Terrible. It'll never happen now. So Adam Terry in with a good shout, I'd say, of doing that. I mean, we haven't really seen him do much overtaking in this because he's been consistently out at the front of the field. Adam Terry over the line takes the 2nd round of the iRacing British Touring Car Championship, just like he did the 1st. Stefan Hoog comes in 2nd place. Simon Field will be just behind them in 3rd. Cat slips by, but too late, so he's 4th. Richard Wilde 5th. Robert Fagg finishes 6th. Rushworth 7th. Good result for Rushworth, isn't it?
It certainly is. That's was it 10th in the first one, 7th in the second race?
Really good result there. Great way to start the new season, considering he hasn't driven in it before. Results up on your screen for the top 10 then, and I must point out that the points are not right. So it's 60 points for a win, Clyde.
Yeah, it certainly is.
So Adam Terry taking a maximum so far, 120 points. Stefan Hoog not far behind because he's had a 3rd place and a 2nd place now. Simon Field finishing very well. Last season's champion Katz got up to 3rd position. Oh, he did manage to get past Simon Field, according to this. That's interesting. We didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I've got as well.
Okay, so Field 4th then, Wilde 5th, and Robert Fagg in 6th place. Even after that, what looked like a mistake from Robert Fagg. Pushing down the field a little bit.
And again, we've got some new names in the top 10.
Linus Brostrom now, coming in 9th place. David Wright in 8th, so congratulations to those guys. Returning Julian Janowski takes 10th place for Addison Lee Racing. That is round 2 of the iRacing British Touring Car Championship. Still got one more race to go, and that's going to be coming your way in about 10 minutes time. And it can only get more exciting because we've got the reverse grid to think about in the 3rd race.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what Adam Terry's got to do to win 3 on the trot. He's got to pass Jamie Rushworth, who's had 2 top 10s. He's got to pass Robert Fagg, Richard Wilde, Simon Field, Andreas Katz, and Stefan Hoog. If Adam can do this, he thoroughly deserves it.
And Adam Terry, it's worth pointing out, missed out taking season 2, and he missed out by only a few points from Ellis Stevens. So he knows what it's like to win races. He knows what it's like to be at the front. Just must be feeling pretty good to be back there.
Yeah, in Adam's position with 2 wins under his belt, I would expect him to just drive a nice, sensible top 10 finish and bag the points.
We'll have to see. Might not be worth trying to rush to the front to take that third victory, but it'll be entertaining to see whether he tries it or not. Round 3 of the iRacing British Touring Car Championship is coming your way in about 10 minutes time. Just advance to the next YouTube video and you can watch live. But for now, thanks for watching. See you in a few minutes.